Today's video is going to be about making this beautiful sheath dress. Now this dress is I'm going to cut it with an A-line pattern. If you don't know how to draft the basic bodice for children, girls, I'll drop a link in the description box so that you can learn how to draft the pattern. So this dress is has an asymmetric yoke at the top. I'll be using two different fabrics. This is a Mikado silk fabric. The both of them are Mikado silk fabric. This is gold and this is pink. The gold will be at the upper part here and the sleeve and the bow. The pink will be at the back and the front bodice from this line down. So I already drafted my pattern. This is my pattern. This is the pattern I'll be using. It's up to the knee length. So I have my sleeve already drafted and I already cut out the yoke. This is the yoke I'll be using. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I'm making an A-line gown, so I'm going to create an extension of 5 inches here. It's already marked out 5 inches. Then I'll connect to this point here. This is a bust line, so I'll connect to this point. Okay, so I extended this point out by 1.5. That's how much seam allowance I want. Then I'll be connecting this point here to the M line. This is going to be the M line of this gown here. Okay, so I'll just draw a line, a slanted line to connect this point to this point here. So because I want the M line to be rounded, I'll just go up by 3/4 of an inch, then just curve it out. So this is how the M line is not going to be sharp. Okay, so I'll add seam allowance of 1/2 inch around the armhole, the neckline and the shoulder seam. 1/2 inch all the way. There won't be a zip. There won't be a zip, but there will be an opening at the center front. A little opening here so that the neck can fit in. There won't be a zipper at the back. So this is what I have. Okay, so I can cut right now. Just a simple A-line dress. Okay, so I'm done with the back. I'm done with cutting the back. What's left for the back is the yoke. I left 2 inches here at the M line. This is exactly the length, the total length for this gown. In order to get this asymmetric design, I'll be using a full pattern, the front pattern, a full pattern. So this is my front pattern. All I did was to draw a slant line. I just checked how deep it is on this side and this side, and then I drew a slant line. So I'm going to cut off this part, which will be the yoke. This is the front yoke, and this will be in gold color. All this part is going to be in pink. This is going to be pink. I pinned the pattern on the fabric. I'll just create an extension of 5 inches at the hem line. Five inches here, and 5 inches on this side too. Okay, this is exactly 5 inches. Then at this side I'll come out by 1.5, just the same thing I did at the back. 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect to the end line. Now I'll step up by 3/4 inches to give it that rounded hemline. 3/4. Connect. I'll do the same here. 3/4. Then I'll cut. I'll just put. I'm leaving 1/2 inch at the top and the armhole area. Okay, so I'm done with cutting the front part. I've gone ahead to pin the yoke. This is the front yoke, so I'll just cut with 1/2 inch everywhere. There is a small opening at the front, center front, but I will be doing that when sewing. I'll show you how to do that. I don't cut it out yet. Okay, I cut 2 fronts. One is going to be the facing. One is going to be for the facing, while the other will be for the front itself. So this is 2 pieces for the front. One for the facing, the other will be for the front itself. So I left 1.5 inch here to join to the front. This is the basic sleeve I'll be using for this dress. I'll just add 1 inch seam allowance at the underarm. 1 inch seam allowance at the underarm, ½ inch at M-line, ½ inch everywhere else. The sleeve cap area with ½ inch too. So I'll just connect all the points to form my sleeve. Now this outfit I'm making, even though I'm making it for a 10 years old, you can actually make it for an adult too. Following the same process, you just need the dress pattern. Preferably you can use your dartless bodice, because there is no dart on this pattern. You don't need a dart, it's just a free sheet dress. You don't need a dart for it. So you can use the dartless bodice pattern. I'll drop the link in the description box below. And your basic sleeve, that's all you'll be needing if you're making for an adult. It's a very beautiful dress you can wear to a wedding, to any occasion. You can make it to whatever length you want. I think the short one is more beautiful. So I'll just notch this point to show the center, and this other part. This is the part I'll be attaching to my shoulder. So I'm done with the sleeve. The remaining fabric, okay, I've not cut the back facing. Let me do that before I cut out the bow. Okay, let's see how the little fabric of this color. Pink. So I'm just going to cut out the back facing. I don't need too much, just a little for the back facing. So this should be enough. Just get it around it. Yeah. So this will be my back facing. To turn the back neck inside. So this is what I have left that I'll be using for the bow. Since there are two, I'll just split it into two and see what I have for each of them. So this is going to be my bow. My bow. Two bows at the front. These are all my pattern pieces cut out already on the fabric. This is the back, this is the front, and this is the front yoke. This is the basic sleeve, and this is what I'll be using for the bow. Remember, this is the style that we are making. I'll be starting with turning the back and the front neckline. This is the facing, this is the facing, and this is the back. So I'll just turn it. This fabric does not have front or back. So, but if your fabric has front and back, what you do is right sides facing each other. Then I'll run ½ inch. If that's what you left, I left ½ inch, so I'm just going to run ½ inch. Then I'll flip and do an under stitch on the facing part. That's for the back. I'll do the same thing for the front. This is the front yoke. I cut two. One is the facing and the other is the fabric that will be showing in front. So I'll just also ½ inch on the neckline, ½ inch round. Then I'll notch the back too. I'll notch. After notching, I'll flip over and do an under stitch on the lining part I'll do an under stitch on the lining part. Then remember that the front has an opening on the neckline, a kind of V opening. So I'll sew to that extent. I think half inch on either sides. I'll sew the notch. This is how I was able to finish it. I actually wanted to use the facing to turn it to give it a neat finishing, but it was not possible because there was just a little space here. I just could not do it. So what I will do is to trim off the excess, then I will weave this part. I'll just weave this part to keep it neatly finished. So I'll just go ahead to give it a good press. Keep it in place. Then I will be joining the back and the front. Front facing front. Oh, I'm sorry. Right side facing each other like this. Right sides facing each other. This is the back and this is the front. So I'll just pick it along the shoulder, along this point here, then join it on the shoulder to form the shoulder seam. I will ensure that these 2 points, this line here and this line, match properly. Then I'll sew this way and sew this way. I have joined it along the shoulder, as you can see, neatly finished, and I've given it a good press. So the next thing I'll do is to turn right sides facing each other like this. Right sides facing each other. Then I'll run a stitch down from the armhole, down to the hemline. I'll do it on the both sides. Now I wanted to say this. If you notice, I did not add a face. I did not add an interfacing on the facing is because this fabric is quite strong, so I didn't bother to add anything like interfacing, and it's relaxed. It's going to relax well by the time I'm done. So I've joined the sides. Even though I left seam allowance of 1.5, 1.5, I decided to use ½ inch because I want it to be very free on her, so I just sew it ½ inch. So I'll set it aside and work on the sleeve. So I decided to just fix a band on the sleeve so that it will just be plain gold. So this is the band. What I'm going to do now is to sew. I'll just run a stitch down. Yes, from the inside, from the wrong side of my fabric, I'll run a stitch, then flip, then do an under stitch on this one. Then I'll also do a top stitch. I'll do a top stitch on this side to keep it in place. A top stitch on this one before joining the side. I'm done with the sleeve, so I'll just open up the seam like this, then come to the body of the dress at this point here. At this point, match the seams and then sew the back and sew the front round. After doing that, I'll work on the hem line. I'll just fold it in. I decided to leave this part because maybe I'll just trim it off because it's too bulky. So I'll just fold the hem line with, I'll fold in a 1/4 inch first, then ½ inch. I think that will be fine. Then I'll work on the bow. For the bow, I want to give it a little structure, or do I say stability. So I'm going to add this layers of ad nets to make it, very strong. I think it will be fine. So this is the final result of the dress. It came out so beautiful. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Have a lovely day. Bye.